If this video gets 100,000 views, I'll do this. I will cook one of these in my backyard if I get 100,000 views. Hello everyone, it's me, your host, Chef James McInnes, and today we are going to do another reaction video to the Village Cooking channel. This has been recommended, this video. It is Inside Mutton Biryani. Full goat mutton cooking with stuffed biryani. Mutton inside biryani recipe. For those of you that are new here, I've started a deep dive into Indian food 3 months ago. The very first video I did was a Village Cooking channel. It's what kind of prompted this because it took off so well and had such incredible fan reaction that the Village Cooking channel is probably going to be here for a while as something that circulates through, pops up every once in a while. I don't want to do it too often, kind of get stuck in that, but when you tell me there's one you want to see me react to, I'm going to do it. By the way, so something we're going to be, hopefully it worked. Hopefully we did it. Hopefully it worked. Hopefully we're still doing it because these do get shot a little bit ahead of time. I will be putting in my community tab a poll of 4 of the reaction videos that we've reacted to over the month, where you will get to vote on what you want to watch me make. Probably this one's not going to be there. Probably not going to go get a whole goat and do this one at home, but there will be many other ones in there to choose from. These guys always put a smile on my face, the energy, the excitement, and they are starting out by rinsing off the goats. They've got a hose, they're rinsing them off with some water. Good idea, especially if you're working outside, make sure everything's good and clean. Alright, they're starting off making a curry paste for the biryani. They're making it with those rollers. Some of you have told me those are heavy, they're granite, and they're passed down in generational through a family. Yeah, so for the surface area, you would need quite a bit of curry spices ground up there to do the surface area of 3 goats. And also, anybody that's not sure, a goat, you will call it a mutton, I believe, after it's a year old. Sheep. No, so, okay. I'm saying goat. Well, it says goat. I don't know if goat and sheep are interchangeable. But lamb, baby sheep. Older lamb, past a year, mutton. That's the way that I understand things. Is it the same for goats?
தாத்தா நீங்க உள்ள வச்ச மசாலா தாத்தா இங்க வந்து விடுன்னு சொல்லுவாங்கல்ல கட்டி எடுத்துறேன்.
Do you see that step they took of getting all the flavor on the inside? That's really important because if you have the opportunity, if you have access to both sides of something, and you season it, you're going to allow for better penetration of the flavor.
செக்கில ஆட்டுன சுத்தமான தேங்காய் எண்ணெய், சுத்தமான நாட்டு பசு நெய், பட்டை கிராம்பு ஏலக்காய், நறுக்கின வெங்காயம், பச்சை மிளகாய், அரைச்ச மிளகாய் சாந்து, மல்லித்தலை, புதினா, அரைச்ச இஞ்சி பூண்டு.
That is a lot of garlic to be hand ground. And I don't mean it's too much, like a lot, like it's going to be overpowering or too much. I mean, we got 3 full goats here. But I just mean in general, that is a lot. Dedication to these guys for the amount of effort and labor they put into these. If you've never seen Village Cooking Channel before, after they cook these ridiculously large portions, you'll know they're not that big. They didn't cook that much food for what they do with it. They take it to their local shelters and they help feed. So in their area, they have, from what I understand, seniors shelters the way that we might have homeless shelters, where seniors live there who no longer can live on their own, don't have the financial means or the family support, and they are basically like institutionalized at that point. And the Village Cooking Channel brings to them these amazing meals they cook.
தக்காளி, பச்சை தண்ணி, கல்லுப்பு,
பாய் இதை விட நீட்டை ஊசி முன்னாடி அருமை.
Okay, so they've made a biryani basmati rice. Normally, in that rice, you would have chicken, from what I understand. And it would be in the rice. They're taking the rice and they're putting it in the goats. So now you're going to increase the cooking time on the goats drastically because you need to. Now the rice looks cooked. The rice does look cooked, like they've cooked it in that pot, but you had thin goat, right? Like, oh, here, perfect. The lid for my peanuts. The sides of the goats, the ribs, are like this thick. So really, if that cavity is open, you're only cooking meat this thick. But by stuffing it with the rice, that cavity, from end to end, that goat is like this thick. Actually worked out perfect. So with the goat being that thick, and you want to hit a internal temperature on anything that's mixed of 165 Fahrenheit, what's going to happen is, but because it's already warm, it's not going to take as long to get there. But it is going to take longer to cook stuffed than unstuffed. That's all I'm really saying.
எல்லாம் ஒட்ட பிடிச்சிக்க.
You know, I bet this looks amazing too when you put this on the table and you split the stomach open and it's full of rice. I bet this has a really nice presentation on the plate too.
கையில் குத்தி விடாம வந்துரு வருதான் பாரு.
ஊசி ஒட்டோட குத்துதானே உப்புறா. இதோட இந்த ஆட்டுக்கு போதும். ரொம்ப பக்கத்தில் வச்சோம்னா நசுக்கிறோம்.
What are they doing now with the water? Like, I was thinking these were gonna get maybe wrapped in tinfoil and then put over some coals. What are they doing with the water? Okay, so earlier when I was saying you're increasing the cooking time, so okay, I was thinking, wrapping them in foil, maybe banana leaves and then foil, like they did the curried snapper video that I watched 2 months back. I get it. So they're gonna steam them like this, and with steam being a moist cooking technique, you're not going to dry out. Like I was alluding to earlier, you've taken the thinness of the goat and you've made it into a thick mass. So that's how they're doing. This is quite clever. This is very clever. We do celebrations here. We call them pig roast. And you take a pig, and it's just like it implies. You put it on a stick and you roast it. You do pig roast. And sometimes people will do this for fundraisers or for big family events. I'm going to imagine that in India, this would be like, you might do this at home for like a significant birthday party or maybe a graduation dinner where you would do a full stuffed goat. Let me know in the comments below if what I'm thinking happens, or if this is just a unique thing that they're throwing together for their channel. But I have a feeling that this is something that everybody goes to once in a while. It'd be like, Tim down the road, his kid graduated from university, and they're gonna put a mutton on for the weekend. We're all gonna go over for a full celebration dinner. That's kind of what I imagine. Yeah, because that rice is going to infuse with the flavor of the goat. And although I've only had goat once or twice. I had a curried goat when I was on my honeymoon in Jamaica. But we serve lamb at the restaurant, and I eat lamb all the time because of that. So, pardon me, I can only imagine that the flavor of the goat is in the rice now. Like, it's probably fully picked up on that and infused, and it's probably brought that rice up to another dimension.
சுடுதா பயங்கரமா சுடுது. முட்டையும் வருது சேர்ந்து. அல்ல இவ்வளவு பிரியாணி வருது உள்ள இருந்து. ஆயில லிட்டர் கணக்குல ஏச்சி ஊறுதுங்க. ஒரு ஆட்டு கொட்டு கொட்டு தள்ளி விடு நல்லா. எல்லாம் எடுத்துட்டு வாங்கலாம். கிச்சி வச்சு. நீ சாப்பிடலாம்னே. தாம் இருக்குது தீம். ஓகே. எடுத்து போடு.
biryani.
You heard that gentleman excited. He said biryani like 3 times. Almost like a child the way he said it too. Very happy to get to eat this. I'm going to finish my thoughts on it here. We're not going to skip. I'm going to show everybody that hasn't watched these before when they go to the shelter and show their food. So I'm going to do my conclusion here because I don't want to come back from that and spoil the moment. I'll do my full closing now, then we'll show them taking this to the shelter, the way that those people get fed from this. And we'll just leave the video like that so we can all leave in a moment of reverence and silence for them. But when I see these guys and what they did here, very smart using that steaming method. And this, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, because I have a lot of Ranveer Brar fans. This is the best video I've watched so far. I've watched 3 or 4 of his. And I've watched 2 Chef Dean. I've watched a couple other Indian chefs along the way. This is the best thing I've watched so far. It's nothing I'm ever going to do, though. It's not practical in my setting. I mean, who knows? Maybe. You know what? If this video gets 100,000 views, I'll do this. I will cook one of these in my backyard if I get 100,000 views. Within the first year of posting this. Because it could take off. It could be 10 years from now it hits 100,000. If this hits 100,000 in the next 365 days, then I will go to Costco where they sell whole lambs, and I will make one of these in my backyard. Yeah, it's really good. I'm impressed. We're gonna cut ahead, and we're just gonna show them taking this, so everybody knows where the food goes. And until next week, I've been Chef James, and you've been you.